Hello and welcome. This is our lecture video for September 2nd and 3rd. Today we're going to be doing another step-by-step binder lesson so that you'll have your third piece of paper in here. We'll be taking notes on this. This will be our lecture. We're going to be reviewing how to add and subtract positive and negative numbers without a calculator. We're doing every combination possible of a positive and a negative number, big minus small, small minus big. We're not going to write out individual steps here. We're just going to write how to do all 5 of these problems. And we're going to call that good for this one. All right, starting with big minus small. So for this one, you want to write the bigger number on top. All right, subtract column by column. Borrowing when needed. All right, so for big minus small, so 90 minus 13. The 90 is bigger than the 13. How do we do this? We're going to set it up vertically. 90 minus the 13. We can't take 3 away from 0, so we cross out this 9, write an 8, bring over a 1. So now this is a 10. 10 minus 3 is a 7. 8 minus 1 is a 7. 90 minus 13 is 77. Put a box around that. All right. So that's the majority of the subtraction we do, is a bigger number minus a smaller number. But there's no reason we can't do a small number minus a big number. We're just going to go into the negatives with our answer. So if I have $2, but then I spend $43, now I've got negative money. I have debt. So how are we going to do this? So what we do is we still write the bigger number on top. So still write the bigger number on top. And we're going to subtract normally. So still column by column, borrowing when needed. But then make your answer negative. Because we knew it had to be negative. If I'm doing a small number minus a big number, I know my answer has to be negative. Now I'm going to find the difference between these numbers by still doing the bigger number minus the smaller number, but then I'm going to make the answer negative. So 3 minus 2 is just a 1, the 4 carries down, but then we take this 41 and we make it a negative 41. So to put it back in terms of money, if we have $2, then we spend $43, we're now $41 in debt. All right, how do we deal with a negative minus a number? So we're already in debt and then we spend more money. This is how you can think about this. So what we're going to do is ignore the negatives. Don't worry, they're going to come back. So ignore the negatives and add the 2 numbers. And we can still do this with long addition, so adding column by column, carrying a 1 when needed. All right, then make the answer negative. So we're just combining 2 negative numbers. We're just combining their values, and then we know that it has to be negative. So I'm just going to do a 49 plus a 38. 9 plus an 8 was a 17. The 1 carries. 1 plus 4 plus 3 is an 8. So I've got 87. And then I make that a negative 87. I was already in debt at $49, and I went further into debt. Now I'm in debt $87. All right, how do I do a number minus a negative? Well, this one's pretty easy. Minus a negative, I'm going to write out the word minus so that's clear. All right, so minus a negative becomes a positive. All right, then just add. So 12 minus a negative 7 is the same as 12 plus 7. You can, if this is a bigger number, you could add it column by column. But I think we all know 12 plus 7 is 19. All right, and it just stays a positive number. All right, a negative plus a number. So minus a number minus a negative, that becomes just a positive. A negative plus a number, this is different. What we want to do is rearrange. So the negative is on the right, then use either example 1 or 2. Depending on when you rearrange this, do you end up with small minus big or big minus small? So if I rearrange this, this now becomes 11 minus 18. This is an example of a smaller number minus a bigger number. So what I do is I still do the bigger number on top, subtract away the smaller number. I get a 7, and that's a 0, and then I'm going to make that negative. So final answer is negative 7. All right, so that's all of the possible arrangements. Every addition or subtraction problem should fall into one of these categories, and you'll be able to look back at these notes and know how to do it without a calculator now. All right, that's that for this lecture video. I'll put a few more questions in here for you, and have a good rest of your day.